Okay, so we got to check this. Ooh, yeah, this does get more expensive. So I think we might want to save our money until we can get the duplicator thing, because this gets more and more expensive the longer we go. The only other thing I might want to invest towards is luck, but I don't know. Okay, so do we want to go Gennaro, who has double projectiles for all weapons? Yeah, I probably should. Let's get the Gennaro upgrade in the Mad Forest and go from there. Oh, wait. Power-ups. That's a good point. Refund power-ups. Oh, hell yeah. Now we have enough money. That's easy. Okay. Changes things a little bit, but yeah, now we got the bonus projectiles, the magnet, and the luck. And a little bit of duration, which I want to put more into. Okay, now time to roll Gennaro. And see if I can pull this off. In the forest, if I can max forest out. Alright, there we go. I really like it when games have painless refund mechanics. It's so nice! One of the reasons why I can never beat, or like get into Path of Exile. I want to be able to just respec at my leisure. Like, completely new build, who cares? Let's grab Rune Tracer. I know we relied on it the last run, but I've got 3 projectiles right from the get-go using Rune Tracer. Like, there's no reason not to grab it. Oh, last Epoch also has a problem with that too. That's a shame. Hopefully they fix it, but if they don't, I don't know. It's another one of those mechanics that feels like it's there to keep you playing longer, as opposed to because it's good. Do I want to go with projectiles and go whip? I still have not actually done Clock Lancet, but I don't know if it's good. Actually, let's go Santa Water, because I think the extra projectiles do apply to the Santa Water as well. Yup! Okay. We decided you're going to play Dragon Quest Builders 1. It's good. The first one is great. The second one had a better story, but I felt like the actual like level design and missions weren't as strong. I think you'll enjoy that one. Okay. There we go. It's just... it's red. It's fine. So this is a bit of a projectile heavy build. I don't know if this is what I want to go for. I gotta decide what I want to invest towards. Because we could keep going projectiles, considering I have the extras. I think we want... well, we 100% want to grab the Bible. So I can evolve it. Okay, another Rune Tracer, another Rune Tracer. I could aim for the magic wand. I think I might. I was kind of trying to decide on that one, because it feels like a bunch of AoEs would be good. But this character is not an AoE-focused dude. And so I don't think I should. Okay, more Santa Water. I don't think I want to do the Fire Wand. But no, we want more Rune Tracer. If I can get the Rune Tracers to maximum, it becomes busted. There we go. King Bible. Which, because of my baseline bonus projectiles, hopefully that gives me a number? Yeah, 3 to start. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm just gonna keep clobbering bats for a while. Spellbinder. Increases the duration of weapon effects by 10%. Oh, yeah, that's really good. Because if I can get cooldown reduction plus that, hopefully we'll have even more, like, we might be able to get 100% uptime on the books, and we could definitely probably aim for 100% uptime on a lot of these Rune Tracers, too. Cross and axes are also projectiles, right? Yes. I don't remember if the whip is. I want to say the whip is, like, bizarrely a projectile. Okay, let's go for that. Probably should have gone for spinach, maybe, but it's fine. Uptime is just dumb with bones. Yeah, that's the thing. I really want to go for a Mortatio run after this. Like, this guy is fine, but I don't care much for the knives. They're very distinctly okay. Their evolution ain't bad, but I want to go, like, maximum bone. And then I want to go maximum AoE. Do I want to pick up the magic wand while we're here, or do we want to keep leveling up the rune tracer just to get the rune tracer up? I don't know. I don't know. Rune tracer. More rune tracer. Because going hard on wand could get really strong on this character as well, just due to bonus projectiles and then eventually maxing it out, especially because it's one of those natural combinations that is just easy to go for. The dagger is probably one of the best examples of a combination that I'm rarely going to invest towards, just because the bracer is not helpful. That's the other thing. Ooh. Filling out my upgrades means then all we're getting are upgrades to my current equipment, and it stops showing me just random stuff I don't want, which is pretty useful. Okay, well. I'm so glad the Bible counts as a projectile. Phrases that would normally never make any sense in any other game. No, actually, I could see a lot of different games where using the Bible as a projectile could make a lot of sense. Okay, more on Santa Water, more on knife. More on Santa Water. We need more AoEs. See duplicator, pick duplicator. Absolutely. Now, are the plants considered one singular entity? Because I've only ever seen them disappear all at once. I've never seen a single, like, plant die on its own. It's gotta be the case. Let's see, isn't Bone Boy better? Yeah, so Bone Boy is better. The main reason why I'm playing this guy is because there's one unlock that is tied to this character. And I'm trying to get every single achievement in this game. He also has a bit of a slower build-up, because Bone Boy gets one projectile every 20 levels, which means, like, this guy has the easier start. Bone Boy has a stronger finish, but if you can't live to level 20, then what's the point of Bone Boy? I mean, so far, we're doing reasonably well at just clobbering our way through everything. I mean, I guess I might as well grab the bracer on this one. It does benefit my rune tracers. Bone Boy has a stronger finish indeed. A bracer for tracer. I honestly hope we get some more evolutions that are based on what items you've paired with them. Almost to the point of, like, it would actually be really cool if any weapon and support item could be combined with different effects. So the bracer plus the tracer ends up just having you shoot lasers or something just kind of nonsense like that. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for this to happen. As long as none of them get too close. Kinda. I was hoping to let more of them come close and die. Like synergies from Gungeons? Yeah, kind of. I guess I'll pick it up. I'm nowhere close to anything. But having this game go all in on combos and power evolutions would be great. I love that sort of thing in games. And I feel like it would fit this game better than almost any other. Like any other potential progression system. Like, yeah, sure, they could keep giving us more items, but it would run the risk of being it would run the risk of being a lot like maybe too many other games where they're Binding of Isaac specifically. Too many items means bloat. Too much bloat means it's not fun anymore. Like, I love Isaac, don't get me wrong, but it's just hard to play. It's just like, hey, I just picked up the nth range up this run because that's just what the pool decided to have available. It's grab Rune Tracer again. There's nothing else. Want to mention, there have been some major updates for Dungreed recently. Weapon synergies and I think more bosses. Neat. I should probably load that game back up again. Unfortunately, it was one of those that was like just hard enough that not playing it for a while has made me kind of rusty, and I was kind of mad that they shut down modding. That is a game that benefited greatly from having mods, and them taking it away was big sad. Okay. DPS stats of the last game were Fire Wand, 109, Knife, 84.2, Axe, 109.6, Rune Tracer, 1.5k. I'm gonna have to just look at that. You're probably right, though. It does feel like the Rune Tracer probably is one of those weapons that drops off pretty quick, and the Death Spiral would be really good once I'm surrounded. And Nova Drift also got an update. Sort of. The update is... Do I want to grab the cross? I do, but I'm gonna keep leveling up what I've got for the time being. The official release date for Enemies 2.0 comes out on the 18th, I thought. And so I was kind of holding off on that. But honestly, I could be up for doing some Nova Drift sooner than later. Because I believe it's just on the beta branch. So I could just start early if I wanted to. Time, and I very much want to beat Dark Cloud. Because I was talking about this, I guess, the last time I was streaming, but I really like the idea of kind of that video game book club idea. The problem with that is I actually have to kind of beat the games if I want to talk about them. So if I want to do a book club, I actually have to start finishing things as opposed to getting just really deep into random... I don't want to call it garbage, because it's not, but, you know, just random little roguelikes. Ooh, big vampire bat hurt. Okay, let's just clock our way through this. We really need a magnet. And some more health. Not really much of a problem for me, but still. Spellbinder? Hell yeah. Because I really want to get 100% uptime on Bibble. Ooh, these plants are, Oh! I got distracted. I think that was long enough, though. I think we got the achievement that I was looking for. Even if I died. We didn't evolve the Bibble, but it's fine. Starting with a knife just isn't good. Okay, Mantis shredded me, but it's fine. All we gotta do is beat Blue Venus and evolve the Bibble. Both of which I can do. Alright, do we want to go for... Let's go Bone Man, and then save up enough to get Porta. So what does Poe get? Garlic. Garlic, starts with garlic, and has, I believe, an AoE boost, but also a 30%, or not 30, a 30 flat reduction in maximum health, which is a little spooky. If you could combine any two roguelikes together, which would you choose? Oh gosh. I'm trying to think on that one. Okay. Atomic Crops and Risk of Rain. I feel like if you could combine those two together, you would have an unbelievably good combination on your hands. Honestly, potentially better than almost any other. Mainly just because, like, that would be sick. Having, like, full 3D graphics and movement, potentially. It doesn't have to be. But, let's see, do I want to grab the cross as well? I think I do. The Santa Water isn't as good. Like, we do get the extra projectiles, but not quite the same. Nova Drift and Loop Hero. I don't even know what that would be. Like, you'd have to... if you're gonna throw that stuff out, you gotta give me explanations on how that would work. But yeah, full 3D graphics and movement plus crazy weapon upgrades. Yeah! Because... Atomic Crops' biggest problem mostly comes down to the fact that it is a multiplayer game, regardless of what the developers say or think. Let's grab Clover. And so I absolutely adore Risk of Rain 2, but one of its biggest problems, in my opinion, is that ultimately it's a little directionless. Yes, you have the end, but it's kind of more about looping and just becoming stinky strong and then getting one shot by some random enemy that you didn't see coming or something like that, because they've outscaled you finally. When are you going to play more Atomic Crops? I don't know. Kind of when I feel like it. I'm amenable to more, but after beating year 10, I was kind of just like, well, I'm pretty happy now, and didn't feel like playing more of it immediately. I like it how even during time stop, the bat swarms keep coming. That's kind of amusing. I like the side-scrolling nature and soundtrack of the first Risk of Rain. Oh, absolutely. And I would love to see, like, a proper, like, Risk of Rain successor as well. Like, Risk of Rain 1. I just found Risk of Rain 2 to be more accessible. Namely because you could actually, like, move and attack and do, like, the full 3D movement really opened that game up in a whole new way. A whole new dimension, if you will. Whereas conversely, the first game was often more about just kind of hitting and running with your abilities, but almost never actually attacking, because it was dangerous to try and do so. See, Noida's a pretty solid one. I like Noida. Noida's biggest issue is... I mean, honestly, yeah, if you could combine Noida and Risk of Rain, I think that also would be really solid. Because Noida's biggest issue is that it felt kind of more like you play it not to beat it or even get that good at it. You just play until you get a ridiculous run and then you just don't come back. The problem is I often felt like I was like grinding out to get enough maximum HP and maybe a good wand only to get like sniped into oblivion by a random enemy from off screen. And that got a little trying. But yeah, the thought of combining Noida for the just absolutely nonsense weapon modifiers with a little bit more focused, like, level design and progression from Risk of Rain 2, I think could work incredibly well. I want the Spellbinder, but the Duplicator is just too good to pass up. Hey, thank you, Book Reader Man, for the 6-month resub. So why has this gotten more popular lately? It's because it's actually really good. It doesn't look like much. Like, I hope the developer maybe hires an artist just to redo the repeated grass textures on this level. I want to get another level in cross, but I think I want to max out bone. No, more cross. More cross means more projectile. We'll get both. The expansive metagame in Noita is a big part of what makes it great too. I think it's great for the people that want it, but I found it kind of, how would I describe the expansive metagame for Noita? It's one of those that most people will never notice or care about, in potentially a very negative way. It's like super secret endings in video games. I've been watching Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker lately, and I think that's probably the best example I can think of in this specific scenario. That for Peace Walker specifically, character just recovers HP per second. So that's what Pomarola does. That's actually really nice. Whoops, and my microphone is just sliding away from me. I apologize about that. Bone. Is that the PSP one? Yeah, that was then released on, I believe, PS3? And maybe Xbox? I forget. But, so I've been watching Peace Walker, and one of the things I didn't know about that game was that, yes, there's this extremely expansive, like, secret ending if you just go all the way at the end. Or, like, all the way to the end. And I think that's really cool, but there are very few developers that I would say going that hard is worth it, if that makes sense. And that for most developers, they'd be better off putting that extra funds and energy into something else. And so I think for Noita, as cool as that, like, ARG, the like, crazy metagame was, I think that's part of the reason why it succeeded. As, like, a regular player that isn't going to get, like, super into that kind of thing, it's just very to me. Does Cross evolve? Yes. If you combine Cross with Clover, it turns into a sword. Like a giant sword that just sights out and hits enemies. It's really good. Oh, Monster Train and Void Train. You're just throwing out names, my dude. You're just throwing out train upon train. Like, how would that even work? Would the shark come along to nom your train and was it a shark? It was like a weird shark-ish thing. Comes along to nom your train, and I guess, what? Would you then pull out cards to defeat it? Or it'd be more about, like, putting monsters down on your... I'm actually gonna grab the magic wand. There's a shark. Hades top-down with Risk of Rain would result in 3D that would feel like a side-scroller. Maybe. I think in order to really get the most out of Noita's metagame, you'd have to get involved in the community. Everyone working together to solve the puzzles was something special. That I can understand. And I think it was worth it, but for somebody that didn't, it's just kind of like... I don't know. It's kind of like the Inscription ARG. It was fun to hear about, but honestly it was just annoying. I just wanted to play the game. Wouldn't 3D Hades be God of War? Kind of, yeah. Depends which one, though. I think it would actually be maybe a little closer to Revengeance. God of Rogue. I remember the most recent God of War actually did have kind of a light roguelike mode in it. I got kind of excited about that. I thought that would be really neat. I'm still waiting for a good Souls-like with, like, a good Souls-like roguelite. There's been kind of a couple of attempts. I think Necropolis was the best one, which is frankly disgusting because it's a terrible... Like, it's not a good game, and I'm still mad about it. Say closer to Bayonetta for the projectiles and crazy effects. I mean, both are spectacle fighters. But yeah, you're probably right. Basic idea for a game. Roguelike monster raising game like Digimon World 1 or Monster Rancher, except for you're raising monsters for other people to help with farms or carry airships. I don't know how that would be roguelike, though. I feel like that would almost work better with like a Stardew formula, where you are raising the monsters and then using them for different things in town. Okay, so what do I need as far as equipment goes? Cross needs the clover, which we already have. I think we want to... I think I want to grab the extract orb all the same. I don't think we need the candelabra door, but we do need the spellbinder. Let's go orb for collection. I originally was kind of iffy on it just because it takes up a slot, but it really does get you those levels that you might need. So is the Bible need? It needs the spellbinder. Which we've seen go by a couple of times, but it keeps showing up when something else that I need also goes by. But yeah, being able to just suck up all the extra EXP that I might normally miss is just too good to pass up. Ultimately, I try to avoid thinking too hard about hypothetical games for the most part. There's a couple where I think about, but it's kind of one of those where ultimately every game that I'm ever going to want to play is generally going to get made by somebody over the course of my life. There's just no way they're not, if that makes sense. That it's like monkeys in the infinite monkey typewriter situation. Except for its game developers. And then most of the games that inspire me probably will inspire a game developer at some point along the way. I think mainly it's just there's a couple of franchises that I sit there thinking, boy, I wish they were better about leveraging their franchise. So Last in Digimon, yeah, that's the one. Like Digimon Survive looks like it's going to be great. From, you know, what I saw at Namco Bandai. It feels weird flexing that one. Let's see. Keep going, Rune Tracer. Leveling up Bone might be a good idea, but the Rune Tracer has Pierce. Let's see. What's that? Digimon Survive is like a combination between Final Fantasy Tactics and like a visual novel, but with like hardcore deaths and some other things. So like if your Digimon die, that's it, they're gone. Or if like characters die, that's it, they're gone, which is really cool. But Bone has bounce. And so does the Rune Tracer. It sounds awesome. Yeah, it was originally supposed to come out in like 2019 or something like that. But I get the distinct feeling that people that make the Digimon games don't quite know what they want to do. I think it's the classic example of too much budget, not quite enough pressure. Kind of like how Valve works. And like there's a little bit more pressure there. But because Digimon games exist at least somewhat to draw people into the anime, it's more of kind of a feeling of like pushing the anime than actually making an incredibly good game, which sucks. Because I want the games to be honestly better than the anime. But budgets and things. Because yeah, I would love for them to just have like these really kind of low budget but inventive Digimon games that maybe only take 10-15 hours to get through. But it feels like a lot of Digimon games are actively trying to be like Persona or Digital Devil Survivor, you know, Shin Megami Tensei and stuff like that. That one's always a little tough for me because it's just like, I feel like Digimon World 1 was the perfect formula. And all they need to do is figure out how to make that work longer. The DS games were fun. I still haven't played Digimon World DS or Dawn and Dusk. They're kind of up in there. I want to convince Shell to play it with me. where we both play like Dawn and Dusk simultaneously and bounce off of each other, kind of record both simultaneously. I think that would be really cool. Oh, there's the Spellbinder. Perfect. I was worried it wasn't going to show up again. So now all we got to do is just max these out. Okay, don't want pentagram. Do want more clover. They're fun, they don't do anything inventive or new. Yeah. I kind of got that feeling, which is why I never invested too much in them. A bit of a shame. Let's see. Oh, axe plus candelabra, so that's not a combination I really want to go for. Whip plus hollow heart. Also not really that worthwhile. Looks like it could be adapted to mobile pretty easily. I believe there is a mobile game that plays like this. A number of the YouTube comments on my first video were very much talking about like, hey, this reminds me of this game. Which is probably the case. Okay. I really want a magnet. Will you give one to me? Want to buy one singular magnet, please. Whew. Ghosts. This is why I like the bones, though. Unlike the rune tracers that just cut through enemies, the bones specifically are kind of really helpful. Because they knock the enemies back just a little bit. Okay. Cross is only level 6. I want to get this sword. But no dice. Max level bone? Max level bone. I want the empty tome, but maxing out bone is good. I'd very much like the sword. Garlic is OP. Not really. Garlic is really good in the beginning, and then once you get past like 10 minutes, it becomes pretty okay. That was weird. I saw an entire ghost wave just kind of arrive from off camera and then just like peace out. What is the fire wand combo with? Spinach. So also not that useful. Trying to grab things that I already have the combination for. I guess I should probably grab knife, even though it's not that helpful, just because we've got the built-in combo. Welcome to the bone zone. Exactly. You know, that would be a combination. Rune Tracer and the bones should be able to combine into one thing. Where it's just these big bouncing bones that just clobber through the stage. Yeah, I think we'll... Yeah, let's go with the Santa Water, because it does combo with the duration, too. Lancet would be most helpful on this level, though it doesn't evolve. Its description isn't very accurate. Yeah, could be good. I don't know. I don't usually go for slowdowns, because this game, you know, I need just firepower. Oh, there's a chest up there. We'll get to it. Get King Babel. Okay, I want to hold off on that chest for just a smidge. Because I really want to get a level if I can. I might not have a choice. You know what? We'll get it on the next one. Let's just go for the power. Line of frozen enemies, which means you can push through them without taking damage. Ah. Well, this is kind of what I was looking for. Okay, tractor. Hey, we did get the sword. Okay, that should be nice and big. Assuming they start firing off. Okay, immediate problem with the sword that I didn't think about. They're so fast. And maybe it's not a problem. Actually, no, it's fine. I didn't think about this on the sword, but I think as soon as the sword leaves, you fire another one. You can only have, like, 1 or 2 swords on the map at a time. Let's grab another clover first. I want to work on the spellbinder. But normally I feel like the sword is kind of this sluggish thing, but because it is firing so fast, it could be the tome. But I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't actually the tome and also, like, it goes off screen, despawns, and then summons the next one immediately in sequence. Okay. Start leveling that bibble. This got hectic. I like it how there is still plants from that, like, plant wall. But they have just given up all semblance of circular plantishness. They're just kind of there. Cripes. No, let's keep grabbing empty tome. Because we really want our cooldown to be short as shit. Wow, that's a lot of... That's a lot of praying mantises. I'm used to them being mid-bosses. They're not. This got goofy. Axe, Santa water. Let's grab the Santa water. Now we don't have to worry about it giving me bum offerings. And we should have so many projectiles that we're just chucking them out left and right. And I'm going to keep working on the bibble, just because I want to get the max level bibble. Oh, there was a mid-boss over here. Didn't notice when that died. Wow. Yeah, maxed out attract orb is nuts. I was really hoping getting a bunch of clovers would get me a bunch of multi-chests, but they haven't been that lucrative yet. They're kind of vaguely getting there. Let's see. Wow. Okay, this... In a couple of upgrades, this went from kind of problematic to, okay, we're fine, the whole level is clear now. The one problem with the Santa water is we do not have the AoE size increase as the one letdown for this one, but it's fine. Does the level ever end? Yeah, when this hits 30. Ow. Okay, so the mummies are a little punchy. Keep maxing bibble out. Wow, look at that. It's almost 100% uptime. It's not quite there. Wander just dropping by to let you know I love this series. Love your series on this game. Your initial video is what prompted me to buy it. And now 13 hours later, I'm loving it. Best $3 I've ever spent. It is the best $3 you will spend all week and potentially all year. Maybe there's a couple other things, but still. I feel like builds in this game tend to hit critical mass and just kill everything. Until then, they don't. There's always the point where some new enemy wave spawns and then you're just not ready for it. But boy, the bone zone really does just kind of carry. I saw the magnet power up somewhere? Shoot. I don't actually know how necessary it is. We've picked up most of the stuff. Be down? I don't know. Let's see, how do you unlock the clover? You actually just... Oh yeah, there it is. You actually just have to find the clover somewhere on the map. Usually from breaking light sources. Max level bibble. So next chest gets us whatever its evolution is. Library's a little harder. The end waves are more tanky. Okay. I find the forest is genuinely more challenging, at least for me. Because the library tends to have more enemies, but they're weaker. But maybe they... Okay, there we go. Hell book. Let's see how this works. Volking Bible never ends. Oh boy. Give me that shit. Whew. I honestly wish it looked... I mean, it actually looks pretty sick. I'm just pretty sure those are not books anymore. I see the pages. It certainly does a lot of damage. I have the safety zone. Some enemies can cross it, but they usually don't live long enough to do so. Okay, let's keep going cooldowns. Though I'm not sure if cooldowns really help the books at this point. But it helps all the other stuff. Hello, bat swarms. A foolish venture that you are now entering into. Okay, this got a little crowded. Ow, 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 ow. We should probably start leveling up the magic wand. Because it's probably our best bet for keeping certain enemies outside of our circle of safety. Because most of my other attacks are just kind of random. There we go. Get the runes. Grab this. Okay, more magic? Yeah. Let's keep just investing in magic missile. Perfect. I think that's exactly what I need to invest towards. That and just general cooldown reduction. But I really want to try this with lightning and a couple others. Like, this is a solid run, don't get me wrong. But I want to go for that AoE run. I wonder if AoE size affects how big the sword ends up being. Okay. Maybe. No, I guess you can kill the plants. I've seen a couple of them just disappear here. Unfortunately, I don't think they give EXP, which makes this kind of not super worthwhile. But at the same time, lawnmower. I'm just gonna despawn most of the plants since they're not worth fighting. What a weird level. I'd like something else to fight that gives me EXP, please. These things are trash. Oh, there's a mid-boss. Let's go say hi to him. That's what we watched yesterday. I was trying to... it was Shell's birthday yesterday. And we watched 3 movies, but for whatever reason, I couldn't remember whatever the second movie was. We watched the OG Planet of the Apes, Whispers of the Heart, and then Final Fantasy Spirits Within. Which, I mean, Whispers of the Heart was really cute, and Spirits Within was kind of interesting. I didn't like Planet of the Apes that much. But for whatever reason, after we were done with Whispers of the Heart, just completely blanked on the fact that we'd watched it. I spent the entire night just trying to remember whatever that second movie was. And we just went straight to Spirits Within, and I was just like, what was that last movie we watched? I was just thinking of Spirits Within. I want to talk about that movie in like greater detail, because whenever I play like a video game with really good cutscenes, I'm like, why do these people not make movies? And then you see the World of Warcraft movie and you're like, oh. But I still kind of would chalk that up to, it feels like these movies are kind of trying to aim for mass market appeal and missing the mark. But so for Spirits Within, I think they were very much trying to be like, hey, American audiences, here's Final Fantasy, but not really. And it's like, not the same teams, right? WoW movie and WoW cutscenes. Yeah, I think they were completely separate. The art direction was certainly completely different. Okay, so I believe that's the evolved staff. Yeah, Holy Wand, fires with no delay. All right. Yeah, the Holy Wand is like just a beefed out version of the knives as far as I'm concerned. Wasn't Whisper of the Heart the prequel to Cat Returns? Kind of, sort of, but not really. There's actually apparently a sequel to Whispers of the Heart coming out this year? I think? I could be wrong on that one, but I was looking it up yesterday. That it is sort of the prequel to Cat Returns. That, as part of Whispers of the Heart, the main character writes a book about, like a cat prince. And... in Whispers of the Heart, the Cat Prince has really nothing to do with the story apart from just kind of being a background detail to make one of the characters more interesting. In Cat Returns, it's actually set within the universe of the book that she is writing. And so, I don't know, I found that to be kind of neat and compelling, because I had seen Cat Returns and I had no idea what the connection to them like was when watching the movie, because it felt like a sequel to something, but it didn't make any sense. And now it does. I wish they had handled it a little bit better, but still. We managed to run with the Evolved Axe yet. Yeah, previous run was Evolved Axe, and it was pretty good. I think it actually would have been a really good combination on this run, but I had other things I was building towards. Grab that, because I'm not actually grabbing all the EXP. Next level of Santa Water. Yeah, we're almost done with this build. I don't think we're going to make a whole lot of money, but I don't think I care. Yeah, there's the achievement boss. Alright, let's just chuck the book at her. Just keep her right and say, oh boy, she's gone. So what's your favorite attack in this game so far? Ugh, probably the Rune Tracer, just because it's kind of fun to watch. I mean, same thing with the bone. Kind of pick which one you want. That said, there's a couple other standouts that are pretty satisfying. Like, I'm honestly kind of blown away by how effective the Santa Water is. It's, if you notice, all of the Santa Water is falling in a circular pattern around me. I thought it was random, but no, it forms this kind of outer, like, burning shield. That does just, like, gobs of damage. So I could stand right here, probably for the next 6 minutes. Or not 6 minutes, next 4 minutes. And no enemy would get close up until death. Okay, maybe they're getting a little closer. They're starting to overpopulate the borders. But like Santa Water certainly has kind of the benefit of acting as this this further out shield that is actually really strong, as long as you don't move too much. There's a lot of things. Yeah, that's why I need to actually move to clear them out a little bit. Otherwise, they're just going to forcibly crowd in. Okay. Have we not? No, we haven't quite maxed ourselves out yet. I don't think. Oh, nope, we have. I'd give you that money. Almost a new projectile. One more level. Oh, mid-boss. Delete mid-boss. Admittedly, just money, but it's fine. Love the lightning ring too, though. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to do for my next run, because I've never actually used the lightning ring. I think I picked it up once and I was like, oh, that seems really neat, but never invested towards it. I want to go for a very heavy, high AoE run. But I haven't gotten to the point where, well, I've been working on other characters and combinations before I could actually do so. Yeah, I definitely seem to have overlapping book circles. I fully agree with that one. Because a number of the runes are just layered on top of each other. It's effective. Yeah, so I think our next run is going to be just pure AoE. Just see how absolutely busted and nutty we can get. Gotta decide if I want to go for like the duplicator on that run. Because I think we want the book, we want the candelabra. I don't know if we'd want... I don't know, there's a lot of things. Is there an OP final boss? No. There was a boss, but I already killed it. And she was not OP. He was pretty weak, honestly. I'm a lawnmower. Ow. Okay, so I can't fully survive that. I have to go a little slow. If I walk full speed into these enemies, I take damage. You were the OP final boss. It's true. I mean, I guess technically there is an OP final boss, but it's just insta-death, as it is death. Ooh. Okay. As I'm killing these guys, now we're starting to get just nothing but red EXP. I guess we will make a decent amount of money here. There we go. Use more magnets, maybe. You can actually kill the Reaper. It just gives you another minute of playtime. Huh. Good to know. I assume you get him stuck on like a bookshelf or something. Wow. Just seeing the waves. Oh, if you use the freezer weapon, you can potentially just freeze him to death. That makes sense. Just the waves of numbers coming off of enemies. Oh, no, dang. I don't know if we're gonna get past it today. Now, for the freeze attack, is that an AoE or is it a projectile? Or is it neither? It's a clock arm. Oh, does it like just sweep around then? Nope. Oh, you can skip the chest animation by right-clicking. Nice. Alright, and I think with that, we've got every single achievement in the game. So let's unlock Porta. Permanent 30% area, starts with temporarily reduced cooldown. Oh, that's what he does. And then there's Poe. Let's just grab all of them. I think Porta's going to be who we roll, because he's got big AoE.